Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Amarachi and I'm a grad student in the US. Today I'm going to be talking about the renewal process for your Nigerian passport and also sharing my experience at the end of the video. Generally speaking, the 3 steps that you need to take before or when you're trying to renew your passport are: 1, fill in an electronic application. So you do this on the Nigerian Immigration Service website. I'm going to put the link in the description. 2, book an appointment. You also do that on a separate website. I'll try to find a link and put that in the description. And 3, you have to pay for your passport. So you make these payments on Innovate One Services website. I'll put the link for that in the description as well. So how much does the passport cost for minors and seniors? So minors are 0 to 17 and seniors are above 60. For these category of people, a 32-page booklet costs $77. For adults, so between 18 and 59, a 32-page booklet currently costs $106. And for everyone, a 64-page booklet costs $137. For the list of the documents that you need when renewing your passport, I'm going to just read off the website of the Nigerian consulate in New York. So they say that you need a copy of the online application form, signed and dated, copy of the payment confirmation slip, so you get this after paying, copy of an acknowledgement slip. Now this is different from like the payment confirmation slip. It's an acknowledgement slip of your payment. These are 2 different things, but you need that. It's very important. Then you need your expired Nigerian passport, and they say if it's not presented, it will be considered as a lost passport. You need a photocopy of the data page, which clearly shows your photograph, full name and date of birth. And then you need a prepaid self-addressed USPS overnight express mail envelope with tracking number. So for those who don't know, this is what this envelope that they're talking about looks like. So there's this one. You just go to the post office, ask them for it. You can take a screenshot of this for reference. You ask them for it, you pay for it, and you just take it to the embassy, so or to the consulate. So usually you would fill it in and address it to yourself. So you would say it's like from the embassy to you, and you drop this off when you go to renew your passport, because when your passport is ready, they will put it in this envelope and send it to you. You can also use the red version of this envelope. I'm going to try to find the picture on the internet and add it on the screen for your reference. So this is what they mean by the self-addressed return envelope. And the last thing that you need is a credit or debit card for $30 administrative fee. Yes, after paying the fees on the website for your passport, when you get there that day, everybody has to pay a $30 administrative fee. What they use it for, I don't know, but it's an administrative fee that you have to pay, and you can only pay it using a credit or a debit card. So a couple of things to note that have changed since when I went to renew my passport. That one, the website says that walk-in appointments are no longer allowed. So in the past, you could just go have a walk-in appointment. I think it costs $100, I believe, for a walk-in appointment. So what this means is, like, you have all your documents, you just didn't book an appointment, you show up on that day, they would attend to you, usually after attending to people who had an appointment. But the website currently says that for whatever reason, walk-in appointments are no longer allowed. So that's just something to keep in mind in case you've watched like older videos, or someone told you that you could just walk in. Keep that in mind. The next thing that I found on the website that is now required is your NIN, so your national identity number. So luckily I have this, but when I was applying, I didn't need this, which is so strange, but they're saying that they require it now. And there's also like a list of places that you can get it done here in the US if you don't have that. So check that out and be sure that you like have your I guess the ID card or the number with you on that day. When you have all of your documents ready, you just wait for your appointment and you go. Now, a couple of tips that I would give are: start looking for an appointment 9 months before your passport expires. And I say this because the appointments fill out so quickly. So start looking 9 months before your passport expires. Book an appointment for 6 months before the passport expires, because you're allowed to renew your passport once it's within 6 months expiry. And I strongly advise that you have an appointment for like 6 months before the passport expires, because there's such a huge backlog. They are working through things so slowly. It's going to take a long time before your passport gets ready. The last thing you want to do is like you need to travel and then you don't have a passport. That's a disaster. So start renewing your passport, like go for your appointment 6 months before your passport expires. Now, just to put things in context for you to better understand why I said to like go 6 months in advance. My passport expired May 2022, so May of this year. Last year in December, so last year I had it at the back of my mind, oh, I need to renew my passport. So in December, one day I was like, oh, let me just look on the website and see what I need to do and all of that. I saw that I needed to book an appointment. So I'm like, let me see if I can book an appointment. I just wanted to see what the website was like and what the appointment booking process was like. Do you know that in December, the closest appointment I could find was for February of 2022? So let me repeat that. December 2021, I couldn't find an appointment for December. For January, I could only find an appointment for mid-February of 2022. I was like, oh, okay. So I quickly booked the first day that I could find in February, which was fine because, like I said before, my passport was expiring in May. So by February, it was within 6 months of expiry. So I went in February. Honestly, that day, things were pretty smooth. So I've heard quite a bit of like not very pleasant stories from the New York's, like the Nigerian house in New York, the consulate there. So I was like over prepared, I suppose. I stayed super close to that place. I was like in walking distance to the consulate. I woke up very early. I left there, like I got there at 6:30 maybe. Myself and an older lady came at the same time. Where we were the first two people there, and I just sat and waited until they opened, because I had heard that, you know, the line gets so long, it wraps around the building, and you know, you need to be there so early. So I was there, I was chilling. It was raining, it was a rainy day, so that was a little bit uncomfortable. But the good thing is, when they opened, they actually let us in, and there was like a waiting area to sit, and people who had been there before commented on really how things had improved actually from the last time. Everyone was surprised, like, oh wait, you're actually going to put us in? Because what used to happen there before is you come, whether it's raining, whether the sun is shining, if it's snowing, you're just going to be there outside. But they let us in and everything went smoothly. You know, they just asked nicely if they could attend to the older people first, so like seniors. Everyone was like, yeah, sure, no problem. They attended to them first, and then eventually like we had our numbers and we got attended to. The entire process is actually pretty quick, because they just need to like take your biometrics, I think, like take a picture. I don't even remember if they have to take your fingerprint, your fingerprint. I don't remember that, but the entire process is really quick, from start to finish. So if you go there just a few minutes before they open, not like me who went like hours in advance, I think in 2 or 3 hours you'd be out. Not because you'll be doing stuff for 2 or 3 hours, it's mainly just waiting around for your turn. Now, the not so pleasant part of that is, after doing my biometrics in February, they said my passport will be ready in 12 weeks. Which on its own is already ridiculous. Like, why is it taking 12 weeks for a passport to be ready? So 12 weeks was supposed to be like sometime in May, right? Like in mid-May. That did not happen. My passport didn't come in May. My passport didn't come in June. My passport came July. No, it was issued July. My passport came July 22nd. So this was like 5 whole months after my biometric appointment, which is such a long time. This is why I say, like, make sure that you have an appointment for like 6 months before your passport expires, because you just don't want to be you don't want to be stranded. That was, you know, it was quite annoying. I was always checking my mailbox. I was always checking like the website. I was checking reviews on Google. They have very bad reviews, like 2 point something stars, but I would go and read to see like if we were talking about when they had their appointment or when they got it. I saw that a couple of people were saying that they got their passports 4 months after their appointment, so I just knew that, okay, you know, that those the 12 weeks that they told me, that's not really going to happen. So I was kind of looking to like 4 months, so 16 weeks. So I was looking through June to get my passport. Didn't happen, but eventually I got it in July, and thankfully I don't have to deal with them for the next 5 years. I'm very happy. I don't like dealing with like renewing my passport. It's just so stressful. But yeah, if you're looking to renew your passport, I'm just going to reiterate: start looking for an appointment 9 months before your passport expires, and book an appointment for 6 months before the passport expires. Make sure that you have all of your documents with you. Make sure that you have a card with you to pay the administrative fee. Make sure that you have your national identity number, like ID card, with you, at least the number or whatever. Make sure that you have that. They supposedly are no longer doing walking appointments, so keep that in mind. And yeah, that's really all you need to know about renewing your passport. It's more or less rather straightforward, but just be prepared to wait a really long time after your appointment for your passport to actually get sent to you. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Share it with other Nigerians who are looking to renew their passport, especially if they don't know about the new things that I mentioned in this video, like the changes that have been made. Leave me a comment if you've had your passport renewed recently. What was your experience like? Was it pleasant? Was it not very pleasant? I would love to know. Thank you so much for watching, and I would see you in the next video.